don't want to be rude, but what the F? Someone told me that ChatGPT is dangerous. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, well, clearly you love this kind of content. So, like I said, someone actually told me that ChatGPT, also known as G, we'll get into that in a bit, is dangerous. And I was thinking, dangerous how? Are we talking kitchen knives dangerous? World domination dangerous? Nuclear weapons dangerous? Trump dangerous? Serial killer dangerous? What? And then I thought, well, is ChatGPT really the devil? Because so many people don't like him. Some people and some things just get a bad reputation. Or is ChatGPT the cheat code we've been all waiting for? I mean, I wish I had ChatGPT in high school, don't you? And for the people out there who are calling ChatGPT dangerous, okay, if you're not using it, what are you using? Now, dangerous or not, I want answers. And when I want answers, I go straight to the source. So, I'm not just breaking it down for you today. I literally spent the morning having a sit down with ChatGPT. We're going to talk about what it's brilliant at, what he's brilliant at, what he sucks at, and why ignoring ChatGPT in 2025 is like throwing away your smartphone in 2009. No fluff here today, no hype, just facts. And by the way, he asked me to call him G because after 2.5 years together, I think we're buddies. I've earned the right to call him G. So I had a chat with G this morning and now I have questions. I also have answers. But before we go any further, if you're not using ChatGPT, what's really going on? Tell me what's really going on. I'm just thinking out loud here. I think there may be 3 reasons why you may hate my BFF G. You feel behind. It's stressful using it. You don't know how to use it. And maybe you're scared of what you don't understand. Does any of that resonate with you? Okay, well, we're going to look at the top 10 ChatGPT fears. And I suppose it's going to be the same for Gemini or Perplexity or anything else out there. But let's talk about the first one, why some people think that ChatGPT is dangerous. It's going to take all our jobs. Okay. Every time there's a new tool out there, someone yells, the robots are coming, the robots are coming. But you know what? Here's the truth. ChatGPT is not here to take my job or to take your job. ChatGPT can replace tasks, not roles. So if you're worried, you need to ask yourself, are you simply a task? Or do you have a role in your organization? ChatGPT can write a job ad, but it can't convince someone to take the job, to lead a team, to show up with empathy. AI is efficient, but human? No, that's still elite status, guys. Number 2 on the list is that it makes people lazy. Oh yeah, Instagram does that even better. If you are lazy, you will use ChatGPT to cut corners. And if you're smart, you will use it to level up. Think of it like going to the gym, something I don't do. But you can either stare at the weights or you can pick them up and train with them. Number 3, a myth, it's always right. No, it's not. It's confidence. It's confident. It's not correct. ChatGPT can hallucinate. And that is really an AI term. It can hallucinate. So, maybe you've got a friend out there who's overconfident, who thinks they know everything. Well, you double check what they sing, right? So double check what ChatGPT is saying. ChatGPT is not perfect. Trust me, I know. After 2.5 years together and the whole morning spent together, I'm going to tell you, he's not perfect, but he's great. Others say, well, it's unethical to use. Okay, let's dive into this one. Really? Unethical? Ever heard of Grammarly? Google Translate? Paying someone to write your thesis? Come on. So are you saying Grammarly is unethical? Look, tools don't have morals. People do. So plagiarizing, yes, it's bad. But using AI to draft my LinkedIn summary, that's smart. Asking it to review and level up my CV, that's smart. It's not the tech that's the problem. It's the intention. If you have bad intentions, everything is dangerous. And then we come to this issue of AI is biased. 2.5 years ago, yes. Nowadays, not so much. But people are biased. Your uncle that you meet at Christmas, he's biased. And ChatGPT is simply reflecting the data that it's trained on. It's why you, the human, are still part of the process. It's learning from you. So if it's biased, maybe it's time to look in the mirror. Oh, number 6 on the list. This one, I have no words. It's spying on us. It's spying on us. Oh, please relax, James Bond. It's spying on us. Open AI does not save your conversations if you disable the history. So disable the history. And if you're really that paranoid, use an offline model. Or go back, use a notebook, use a pen. But you worried about privacy? Are you on TikTok? Then I have news for you. Come on. Oh, I love number 7. It kills creativity. This is so false. I've written more creatively with ChatGPT than without it. It's like this sparring partner. It's like my brainstorming buddy. It doesn't replace my creativity. It kicks it into gear. It's like having a second brain that you can argue with. It's like having a conversation with someone intelligent, someone who is on the same page as you, someone who understands you. Killing my creativity? No way. No way. I mean, I love ChatGPT so much that I've said it. If I were offered citizenship in a country that did not have ChatGPT, I'm not going. I'm not going. It's like an extra limb that I have. You know, I've got my 2 hands, 2 legs, but this is just so extra. Now, let's talk about this one. It's dangerous for students. Yeah, so's Wikipedia if you copy and paste without reading. ChatGPT isn't cheating unless you use it to cheat. But if you ask it with a clear prompt to explain Shakespeare in Gen Z slang, well, that's brilliant. You learning, you understand. You know what? Teach the kids how to use the tools, how to think with these tools. Don't hide from them. It's that concept of you can't hide the matches, but you can teach kids that playing with fire might be dangerous under circumstances. Certain circumstances, right? But fire, you can also cook food on it. You can stay warm. So come on, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. And if you want to know what that means, just sign up to my weekly newsletter, lingonas.com. I break down all kinds of fun and interesting things there. There's a section for B1, B2, also for the advanced C1, C2. Another one is that it's replacing Google. No, not quite. Not quite. That's like saying EVs, electric vehicles, have replaced dinosaurs. There's a huge difference. What it's replacing is how we search. You don't need 20 tabs open anymore, though. As I look at my laptop, I see that I do have 20 tabs open, but let's see what they are. It's chat, it's Sora, then I've got my YouTube channel dashboard. I've got another YouTube video tab of Megan Kelly because she was on a rant and I want to break that down. I've got Canva, and I can't see the rest because I've got so many tabs open. But the thing is, with ChatGPT, you don't need 20 tabs open anymore. You just need a better question, a better prompt. I'm going to say it this way. Tell me if you agree. ChatGPT gives you ideas. Google gives you links. Wow, that's profound. That's profound. If I'm not mistaken, that was his idea. He said that he gives you ideas and Google gives you links. I love this one. I love this one. It's making us dumber. Tools don't make you dumb. How you use them makes you dumb. AI is a bicycle for the brain. You can go further, you can go faster. It's not a bicycle, it's a Formula One car for the brain. So you can lie on the couch while it just goes on doing laps around your potential and helping people who really want help. But you just sit there doing nothing. Your choice, your call, it's your life. My thoughts, honestly, ChatGPT isn't dangerous, but I think ignoring it is. We can't hide from the fact that the world is changing. And if you're not riding the wave, then you're just stuck there on the shore, or you're stuck there in the foam, confused, wondering what just happened. You're missing the boat. You are missing the boat. You need to start riding that wave. So all the lovely people out there who aren't using ChatGPT, okay, what are they using instead? Well, random YouTube tutorials like some of mine, outdated Google searches, copy and paste templates, maybe asking friends, Midjourney for design but not writing, maybe Canva's Magic Write, but hey, that's powered by AI too. But the reality is some people aren't using anything. They are overwhelmed, they are confused. So they're just not doing anything. It's like they are just frozen. Now, I want to know, what does ChatGPT do better than humans? Summarizing long information quickly. If you've never used it, you're really missing out. Brainstorming content. Even my brain cannot work at that capacity. Writing outlines, cold emails, job descriptions, translating tone and even vocabulary levels. This one's interesting because when I'm doing lesson plans and I want to do something on a topic for B1, but I also want to do it for C1, I can adjust vocabulary levels. ChatGPT finds the right vocabulary based on the levels. Look, he's about 80% correct. When it comes to that, I need to filter. But he's really great at organizing thoughts and creating structure. And like I said, when it comes to ESL teaching, he's great. He's great. So thank you, G. Thank you, G. But there are a couple things that he can't do. I'm going to be honest with you. There are some things that it just can't do, and maybe you shouldn't be using ChatGPT for. The first one is deep emotional advice. He's not a therapist. He's not a therapist. Though if you do ask him a question, he's really cool. He's really empathetic, but he's not a therapist. And financial or legal decisions. Come on, I mean, this is just logical. And don't ask him to copy and paste your student homework. That's just not cool, right? And also, when he gives you facts, don't blindly trust the facts without checking. So I think it came to a situation where the Pope died, and I wanted to know what the ceremony was called when the Pope died. And I think it was all in very much real time. and ChatGPT told me the Pope isn't dead, like I'm a moron. He just didn't have the updated information, so check the facts. He's also not really good at replacing human judgment. Okay, so you can't ask ChatGPT to do the things where real human judgment is required. But I mean, isn't that the same with self-driving cars? They don't have that human judgment. They see an obstacle and decide whether to knock it depending on size. Human judgment is needed in so many things, so be careful. And don't ask it to give you any kind of hot take on real trauma. So I'm going to say that, ChatGPT is a tool. It's the best tool that I have, the best assistant I have, but a tool. So it's like fire, right? I mentioned this before. Use it well. Use it well or get burned. Now, you don't have to be scared of ChatGPT. You just have to learn how to use it properly, to use it effectively. And I'm not talking about writing long, boring essays. I'm talking about using it for teaching, using it for business, using it to write your emails, using it for job interviews, for English learning, though, like I said, 80% correct. And yes, for your overall daily productivity. Now, let's go back to the reasons maybe you are not using ChatGPT. Well, you fell behind. You didn't start using it 2.5 years ago. Well, the best time to start is right now, today. But you're sitting there thinking, yeah, easy for you, but I don't know how to use it. So you're scared of what you don't understand. Well, if you don't know how to use it, then I've got a mini course loading. This is not a sell, please. It's not. And the reason I created this course is simply because so many students asked me how I have tapped into the power of ChatGPT, how I turned it into the best assistant that money can buy. I've been asked this over and over again. And I've taught so many students how to use it. It had nothing to do with the English lesson, but I felt that this was a tool that they could really use. Now, like I said, for me, it's the best assistant that money can buy. Though, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't pay for it. I use the free version. If I don't have to pay for something, I don't. Okay. I only pay for something when I absolutely have to. I don't really need the plus. Though, I did hear that if you're living in Dubai, the government has given ChatGPT Plus free to everyone. Time to move to Dubai? Maybe not. So what's coming soon, guys? Well, ChatGPT and prompt engineering for beginners. I've also got some prompt templates. If you want those, do let me know. Just head on over to lingonas.com. And before you go, want to tell me what's the dumbest or smartest way you have seen AI used? Love to know. And what's coming up in our next sessions? I've got a pretty cool one on Botox, aesthetics, to Botox or not to Botox, and anything that's trending and happening in the world. If you have any suggestions, well, pop it into the conversation. I'm all ears. Until next time, I'm Nas. It is ciao for now.